Here we go. It's La Creme de la Crap. Wait a minute. No, it's just it. Fuck. I'm still sick. Shit. Well, either way, we're out of the trial. It's the last one for the trilogy. We're finally near the end of this, and I can't wait to see how this settles.
Good morning! Oh, are you by yourself?
Morning, Pearls.
Mr. Nick, please tell me, what's going to happen to Mystic Maya?
I'm sorry. We don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed into the inner temple.
Oh, I see. So is Sister Iris still trying to remove those trick locks in the training hall?
No, she's the defendant in this case, so she can't be at the inner temple. She's required to be here in court.
Then how come she's not here in the defendant's lobby?
I have to admit, it's kind of strange. You're looking for Iris.
If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby.
Oh, hello there, Edgeworth. I was wondering when you'd show up. What's Iris doing over there?
She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak.
Today's testimony?
You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution.
Wait, what?
The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession, or so I heard.
Franziska von Karma, what are you up to?
I know what you're thinking, but Franziska isn't going to be the prosecutor today.
Wait, what? Then who is?
Who else would it be but Godot?
Oh yeah, Godot. I forgot, he did say he was going to do it and take over for her.
Franziska is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern.
The Sacred Cavern? You don't mean that she's...
Exactly. She has been out there all night trying to remove those trick locks. With the head nun's assistance, naturally.
Aha.
We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. I hope everything continues to go smoothly and we receive some good news soon.
Yeah. Thanks, Edgeworth.
Prosecutor Godot intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow.
You don't have to tell me that.
Touché. I can already see it in your eyes. You're not the same fever-ridden, frantic maniac you were yesterday.
It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself getting stronger.
Interesting. Maybe you've passed your cold on to someone else. Literally, you giant asshole. And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands, partner.
Thanks, lover.
Don't say that out loud. Why have you been doing that lately?
Sorry. I still don't have answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. But now we know a lot about what happened. The circumstances around the murder of Miss Elise Dunham. No, I mean Miss Misty Fey. The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen. And, well, what that woman is really after. Morgan Fay's plot. I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. Everything will be solved and explained today. Not this episode, but, this trial. So anyway, welcome back, everybody, to more Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. This is your host, the MJ406, and it is time to finish this off. Court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hazakor Temple. Hello, Godot. Good to see you again. Your Honor,
What are you? Oh, me? Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers earlier this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Therefore, I'll be standing in for him.
I see, Your Honor.
So they're brothers. That explains a lot.
It actually does.
My poor brother, he looked a bit pale, not to mention sad that he couldn't be here.
Oh, well, nice to have the old judge back. Wow, so a bunch of new players are playing now.
It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And we of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgment. Well said, Mr. Godot. I understood exactly what you said, at least up until the end anyway. Now then, Mr. Godot, please proceed with your opening statement. Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. There's only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world.
Murder?
The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug.
So murder.
So you mean, forget it. What do you mean? During yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, she has had a change of heart.
What?
Sister Iris Hasgore Temple has a confession to make. Confession? The defendant?
Uh-oh. Iris, why didn't you discuss this with me first?
Very well. This court will now hear the defendant's confession.
Oh, man. You're really not going to help my case here. You're saying you're involved in the crime, though. It may not be the murder. I'll just wait and see.
Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules.
My name is Iris. I am but a simple nun undergoing training in Hasgore Temple.
Witness, is there something that you want to confess to?
Yes, but first, I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore.
It's all right. What is it?
Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident.
Are you actually confessing? Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Elise Dudum?
No, I'm not, Your Honor. But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystic Elise and carried it to the Hasgore Temple courtyard where I desecrated it.
What?
Well, that does explain a few things. Makes a lot of sense if the murder wasn't there.
Order of the court! Order! Witness, are you saying you were an accomplice to the murder?
Yes, that's correct.
What? I mean, that's better, but still not great. 3 minutes in court and I'm already covered in a cold sweat. Felt more like 4 minutes, but whatever.
Huh. Everyone on the planet is an accomplice to something. It just happens to be that in this case, it's to murder.
Alright, fine. Go with your weird metaphors, whatever.
Isn't that right, Mr. Trite?
Joe. So this is a confession that they were conferring about. It pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris' testimony was all a lie. I mean, it could still be true.
Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime are you trying to cover up by your actions?
Iris is covering for someone? No, I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle. Or a life jacket.
I've been at Hasgore Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hasgore Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Korean tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family.
I'm sorry, but main family?
Yes, and that's why I would dirty myself if need be, to protect her.
Wait, what?
The daughter of the master of the Korean channeling technique, Mystic Maya Fey.
Huh? Wait. Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Wait up and smell the coffee, Trite.
She's naming Maya as the murderer? Why does that girl keep getting accused of murder? Why?
Order of the court! So not only do you witness the murder, you know the name of the murderer!
Terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes. And then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her.
Objection!
I don't believe you, though. That's ridiculous.
I could never do such a... Shut up, Mr. Wright! Get your feelings out of here! The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time! Now, witness, let's hear your testimony! What exactly happened on the night of the crime? Don't worry, let the defense whine like a little bitch!
Yes, Your Honor.
Come on, let me whine! I thought I was prepared for the unexpected. I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction. So you cover up for Maya committing a murder. Why don't I believe you? Iris. You have a lot of things you're hiding, too. Like the cover-up, for example.
I went to the inner temple that night and I saw it all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it.
Self-defense, huh?
So is it self-defense?
Yes, Mystic Elise was the one who attacked first. That's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya.
You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya wouldn't be suspected. Isn't that right? Not bad. You've got the instincts of a true criminal.
Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday that Iris never went to the inner temple that night. And that the person who did go was that woman. Iris even admitted it.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please proceed to your cross-examination. Now you may bitch.
Thank you! You're a liar! Okay, I'm not actually gonna do that. What an awful defense attorney I'd be if I started, but you're lying! It'll be effective, but it'll be awful. Sister Iris, your testimony's changed quite a bit since yesterday. You stated yesterday that on the night of the murder, you didn't go to the Inner Temple.
Objection.
But things change, right?
Did she now? Too bad for you. What she said yesterday doesn't mean much today. By the way, where were you when she claimed that she did go?
It was in the Inner Temple's training hall. Yeah.
A private conversation between the two of you does not constitute testimony. That would be properly described as hearsay.
What do you have to say, witness?
I just couldn't tell him the truth at the time. Mystic Maya, she's your girlfriend, isn't she?
Maybe?
I didn't want to be the one to break it to you that I saw her commit murder.
There. We all understand how difficult this is for you. Now then, let's get into the testimony. What did you witness in the temple garden?
Well, Your Honor.
Where did you bring that up? My girlfriend, huh? I mean, I guess there's very slight truth to that. Closest friend, I guess. You're saying that the victim attacked Miss Faye?
Yes, it was a truly frightening scene. Mystic Maya was struck hard on the head and looked like she was going to collapse.
What were you doing at the time? Well, why didn't you stop them from fighting?
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I was frightened. I couldn't move. I couldn't even speak. I was in such shock.
That's probably understandable, my dear. This doesn't sound right. I don't believe this testimony for a minute. What happened after that? Yeah, one thing that has me is odd right away.
Hold it!
Why would Misty Faye be trying to kill her own daughter, to begin with? She moved in to deliver a fatal strike?
Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon.
Wait a minute! What was this weapon?
It was some kind of dagger.
A dagger, huh? And at least Nuno tried to stab her with this weapon? To kill Miss Faye?
Yes, exactly.
Ha!
Got him! Wait, what?
You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcestershire sauce.
God, I hate that stuff.
You have a problem with the testimony we're hearing from your client, lawyer boy?
I have a problem with Iris' testimony. Yes. Hello? Your Honor, I have a small problem with the witness's testimony.
You do? This witness is your own client!
Yes, well, nevertheless.
That's fine. Witness, let's add your last statement to the testimony.
Yes, sir.
Hey, just a moment. It's my job to say that. Listen, Gramps. I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me. I'm God now. Okay, now, let's continue.
He is smooth, man.
She threw her staff away and pulled a dagger from inside her robe.
I call bullshit, but alright. She threw her staff away?
Mystic Elise was trying to kill Mystic Maya. I think that's why she wanted a more lethal weapon.
It's true. It's not easy to inflict a deadly blow with a staff. Sister Iris, let me make sure I've got this straight. The victim herself chose to throw away her staff?
Yes, that's what I saw.
Is there anything odd about that, Mr. Wright? Yeah, it's not alright.
Mystic Elise attacked Mystic Maya with the dagger. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, you would say that.
Hold it!
What? I want more details. And then...
Mystic Maya, she turned things around and then she used the weapon she had taken and lunged forward for a strike.
Stole the weapon and killed her in defense. Okay. Witness! Are you absolutely certain?
Yes, but believe me, she had no choice. If Mystic Maya hadn't done something...
Maya Faye's name would have been written on this autopsy report instead.
Yes, I see. This is bad. I still can't put the pieces together. Unless I find a contradiction in her testimony, Maya's going to get blamed for this.
I only have this to say.
It was only self-defense. Yeah. Sure it was. Sure it was a murder by her. So you're saying Maya Faye was the one who stabbed Miss Elise Dunham? Sister Iris, is that really what you saw?
Yes.
Objection!
I don't believe you.
Tisk, 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 trite. If your mug is filled with black and bear suspicions, the only way to get rid of them is to drink them down quick, like this!
I told you I don't like coffee! I know that's supposed to be a metaphor, but I don't get it.
There's only one thing you need to get right. It's called evidence. Now hurry up, before my next cup gets cold.
All right, what does that mean? Is he gonna wait for me to point out the contradictions? Huh, okay. I'd like to avoid the whole spirit channeling thing if I can. Not only would it be inadmissible as evidence, but I think it might be actually hurt our standing with the judge. First, I need to pick her testimony part and expose the unnatural sounding parts. I don't know why Iris would tell a story like this, but there are two things I noticed that just don't add up. Yeah, so Godot knows kind of about the contradiction already? I mean, alright. Okay, so you say you should throw away the staff for a dagger. Although, the staff would be more convenient and better, probably. Sister Iris, there's something strange about your version of events.
Huh?
This student throwing her staff away makes no sense at all to me.
But all I can do with the staff is hit someone.
Well, yeah, a normal staff. Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. As you can see, it's a sword.
Ah!
Yeah, cool, right? If Lee Student really had wanted to kill Maya Fey, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Now she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already. Yeah, well, Sister Iris, what do you have to say?
Objection!
That's right. Coward, bitch, coward! I bet it was you.
That was an impressive bit of investigating, Trite. I never would have thought there was a sword hidden in that staff. But even so, how should I put this?
Uh-oh. What did I do?
A long sword is unwieldy, and thus quite ineffective in close quarters combat. Maybe that's why she chose a dagger over her blade.
Well...
Anyway, the type of weapon she chose to use isn't what's important. The important thing is that she tried to kill Maya Fey. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her testimony.
But there is something strange about this whole testimony.
Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point.
Very well, Your Honor. The defense will now present evidence to back its argument.
Mr. Wright!
I have here another piece of evidence that shows that this testimony can't be trusted. Because Mr. Lee's student would never attempt to take the life of Maya Fey. Mainly because, well, look at her real name, goddammit. The Lee student would never have attacked Maya Fey.
How can you be so sure?
Because the victim's real name was not Elise Dunham. Her real name was Misty Fey.
Fey?
Ah! No! Not Mystic Misty Fey!
Who is this Misty Fey? Is she related to?
Yes, Misty Fey is the master of the karate channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya Fey.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Is it really true, Mr. Wright? Was Elise Dunham actually the great Mystic Misty?
Wow, you're acting very surprised. There's no doubt about it. Those guys had no idea.
I can hardly believe it.
Yep, the idea that she would try to kill her only daughter, one she hadn't seen in 17 years. Perhaps the prosecution could offer some explanation for why she would do such a thing. Yeah, you could have figured out that one, could you?
Order! Order of the court! Upon first hearing the witness's testimony, it seemed natural enough. However, in light of some facts that have just been presented,
Yep.
1, that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight, and 2, that the two people battling to the death were mother and daughter, despite the facts being believable when taken on their own, when taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe. If I were their mother, I'd stab her directly with that sword, damn it! What? Listen, there's nothing in this world that is impossible. Except for one little thing. Yes? What is this one little impossible thing? Huh, you still don't get it.
Are you saying there's an explanation for this?
You think maybe my beans are under-roasted? But you have no idea, Gramps.
Could you get to your point?
I heard this witness's confession this morning. Just as I had taken the first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee. You're going to ruin your health, my friend. That's too much coffee. Hey, I do what I want in my body. Anyway, after hearing this woman's confession, I heard a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of the crime. And he discovered this little beauty. Uh-oh. Is that the dagger the witness testified to seeing? Obviously, Your Honor. But do you not notice something else? Now that you mention it, if you look closely, there appears to be blood on it.
Ah! clear 2 stabbings, and that one actually is blood. Well, where did you find that? I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene.
Did you investigate the pine tree at the crime scene?
Huh? The pine tree?
The dagger was stuck at the backside of the pine tree. When the last blow was struck, ending the violent battle between the 2 women, this little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree.
Which means the blood of the dagger belongs to the victim, correct?
Huh? Were you even listening, old man? I first heard this confession this morning, just as I had taken the first sip of my 13th cup of morning coffee.
Did you say it was your 8th just a few minutes ago? How fast do you drink that shit?
I didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed on such short notice.
In any case, the court will accept the dagger as evidence. Furthermore, I order that a blood test be performed on it immediately.
This is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right.
Uh-huh. Bailiff, give this piece of evidence to the crime lab for testing immediately. So if that has Misty Faye's blood on it, we're screwed. Now then, testimony we've just heard had numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe we can consider her testimony to be credible. Damn it! So we could assume it did happen no matter what the circumstances were.
Cute girls never lie. Ever.
Yeah, sure they don't. In any case, witness, if you can please testify again to this court.
About what, Your Honor?
About the incident you saw. The battle between the 2 women.
Yes, Your Honor.
This can't be good. I gotta pick apart the fact this battle could not have happened. But how?
Mystic Maya stumbled briefly after being hit over the head of the staff, but then she dodged Mystic Elise's next attack and stole her weapon.
Okay.
Suddenly, Mystic Elise was the one on the defensive, with her back to the stone lantern.
And that's when the stab happened, at the lantern, huh? I guess that could make sense.
That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise. Mystic Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed.
I guess she could have died from the pain of the stab wound after that. That was a very heartbreaking story.
I don't know if there were any bad feelings between them, but it had been 17 years since Mystic Misty's disappearance. Perhaps they simply didn't recognize each other anymore.
That seems reasonable. I guess. Now then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination. Even then, Maya would have noticed the talisman on her charm, right? I mean, maybe. I'll have to think this over. I need more actual information before I can make any decisions on what happened. Iris, where were you standing when you witnessed all this?
What do you mean?
Well, if either of them had noticed you, they might not have continued their battle.
I wonder if that's true. The 2 of them, they were standing near the garden stone lantern.
Yeah.
I was watching the whole thing from behind. It was dark where the 2 of them were, so... I think that's why they didn't see me.
So it was dark in the garden when the murder took place. Tell me, what did Miss Maya Fey do after she was struck? Alright, so it'd be hard for you to see things, but that's what you thought you saw. Okay. What happened to the victim's staff, then?
I'm not sure. The area was very dark, so I really couldn't see. I think it got knocked away somewhere as the fight escalated.
That makes sense. That would explain the need for the dagger.
Mystic Elise raised the dagger to strike, but Mystic Maya dodged it at the last second. The dagger struck the lantern and fell to the ground. And then at some point, Mystic Maya picked it up.
Huh. Nothing sounds especially strange yet. What did the victim do when the weapon was stolen from her? Well, apparently she tried to kill her. So, you're saying that Maya Fey turned the tables on the victim?
Yes.
I always have a natural progression of questions.
Mystic Maya wasn't herself at the time. After all, her life was in danger.
I still can't believe it. The idea of Maya cornering someone at knife point. It's just silly. There's no way she could have done that. At least in my eyes.
As they say, a cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal.
A jackal? Is it a jackal? I believe the correct description of a cornered fox is scared and petrified.
Your animal analogies have grown tiresome.
You're the one who started it! Anyway, it was a jackal! No! So, after Maya Fey plugged the victim into the stone lantern, what happened next? Okay. Hold it! By the stone lantern. Okay. Are you absolutely certain that's what you saw?
Yes, I'm almost certain.
Almost?
The garden was dark. I couldn't really tell who was who.
What did she just say? So in other words, it could have been someone else entirely. Ha! Possible.
We knew the Maya Fae was at the Inner Temple that night, and that the woman that was killed was Elise Dunham. Isn't it fairly obvious who attacked who?
I don't have anything to counter that yet.
Well then, witness, please continue with your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor.
The only other person I can confirm was there at the time was Pearl? Ugh.
The two of them faced each other for a moment. Then Mystic Maya rushed straight to Mystic Elise. And Mystic Elise doubled over and fell to the ground.
So she was stabbed in the stomach, huh?
Yes.
Ha! Okay. So that's what it is. Aha, that's the contradiction. Gotcha, it's the autopsy. Where did that dagger go?
I have no idea. It was dark and I couldn't see.
According to the detective who found the dagger, it was stuck into the pine tree in the garden. Most likely it was flung towards the tree after the struggle.
Okay. That's the most likely explanation, yes. After being stabbed in the stomach, did the victim collapse right away?
Now that I think of it, she seemed to stare at Mystic Maya for a while. And Mystic Maya stood there not moving an inch.
Huh. Like they had a moment of clarity?
It felt for a moment like time had just stopped. But then, suddenly, as if the spell had worn off, Mystic Elise fell over.
Seems like a reasonable story at first. But there's one thing that is completely impossible. The very idea of Maya stabbing someone, that alone is impossible. Which means this faulty testimony must contain another contradiction in it somewhere. That is right. And we have it. Usually a picture showing up in a testimony is an indication of a statement that's wrong. Usually. And well, thankfully we have that. Say you cornered her by the stone lantern and stabbed her in the stomach. However, the stab wound was in the back, clearly. Something about you just isn't right today, Iris.
Huh?
Until now, I didn't think you were the type to make such a careless mistake. However, the testimony you just gave contains quite a few contradictions.
What do you mean? What's so wrong about my testimony?
According to you, well, Maya Faye stabbed the victim while she had her back to the stone lantern. Correct.
Yes, that's right.
But in that case, the victim would have been stabbed in the stomach, right?
Yes, I think so.
But, according to the autopsy report, the cause of death was due to blood loss from a stab wound in her back.
Ah!
This proves that the victim was stabbed from behind, not from the front. Sister Iris, it appears another seed of doubt is sprouted from your testimony.
Ah!
There we go. You did it, I bet.
What? What's the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? Ha! It's simple.
Is it, though?
People are like books. We've all got a front and a back. You get my drift? Is that all you have to say?
I mean, sure, a beginning and an end.
I don't say that the darkness loves to play with the human mind.
Okay, so you could see. Could you please knock it off with the cheesy proverbs and illogical metaphors already? The point is, too much of the testimony just doesn't make sense. Throwing away useful staff, the people fighting being mother and daughter, and now she falsely claims the victim was stabbed in the stomach.
There certainly are some inconsistencies.
Exactly. Well, Iris, how about it?
Well, it's just...
If you ask me, you're just being too naive about the whole thing.
What do you mean? Naive, my ass. I know what happened, probably.
There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee. Wow. But to pick out each one requires total concentration and the use of all the senses. Were you really concentrating on what the witness actually said?
Let's get a go! Explain yourself! I don't know what the hell it means either!
The witness was quite unambiguous about her own ambiguities when she said that the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly.
Ah, crap.
A human needs one thing to see clearly, and that is light. Light?
Yes.
That stone lantern is supposed to be the one to give her light. By the way, did you know? Asgura has a rule that on nights when Acolyte is at the Inner Temple training, the stone lantern in the garden must be kept lit.
I did wonder what that stone lantern was there for.
Well, if that's true, shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly? Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the head nun, Sister Bikini, on the night of the crime, it was impossible to light the stone lantern.
What? Impossible?
It hadn't been used in a long time, and the wick was no good. In other words, it had to have been nearly pitch black in the garden that night. There could have been a faint light coming from the training hall, but that's all.
Roasted lightning!
Yes, that illuminating fact had chased all the contradictions away. If the staff was dropped, it would be difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. We can't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why humans are weak. Isn't that right, Trite?
No! Damn it. Come up with a bunch of friggin' uncertainties and let it be fine. Screw that. Order! Order! Order!
Here, Your Honor. Let me present the stone lantern into evidence. Maybe it'll rekindle this flame of truth in your mind.
Okay, we have the lantern. Right. Why is the judge just sitting there with that look on his face?
What's wrong, Your Honor? Was that flame too hot?
This lantern! There's something written on it! Oh god, not again. What? It's written in blood! Oh boy. So the judge didn't know about that yet.
Written in blood?
It says Maya upside down!
What the?
Oh yes, that's right.
I see.
After being cornered and then stabbed by Mystic Maya, Mystic Elise didn't fall down right away. She must have been writing that on the stone lantern behind her, with the blood that was draining out of her body.
Skidoo didn't notice that again, huh?
It certainly looks that way.
Objection!
Yep.
Hang on just a minute. What are you all talking about?
What do you mean, what are we all talking about? We're talking about the message written in blood.
Humph, nonsense. This lantern, it's as clean as a whistle.
Could it be? He can't see the bloody writing at all. Just like the ketchup on Maggie's apron. Now I think of it, he did say something to me yesterday.
My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles in my head, I still can't see everything.
So red on white surfaces, huh? So that's what he meant by that. Okay, then. In any case, this is obviously an important clue. We now know that the crime scene was dark, and that the victim scrawled this message on the stone lantern. Well, Mr. Godot, anything further? Mr. Godot?
Okay then. Let's move on.
Godot is literally shaking. Somehow, I don't think it's from caffeine overdose, for once. I believe it has now been established that Miss Dunham was killed by Maya Fey. But that's just wrong!
Now it's time to turn our attention to you.
Yes, sir.
After the victim died, you did something, didn't you?
Uh-oh, right, the cover-up.
Let's hear it. We're all ears.
Yeah, let's do one more testimony. Screw it. May as well. So the cover-up, huh? Actually, no. Yeah, no, I'm done. I'm done. I can't do this. Fuck it, I have to! What am I doing? I'm hesitating for Maya's sake.
After Mystic Elise died, I called out to Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master of the Quirine tradition, so I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge, and I used a snowmobile to carry it back to Oscar Temple Inn.
That.
I used the Shishishito to alter the way the wound looked.
To hide the initial stab wound, you say? So you moved the body?
Yes, I was raised on Oscar Temple. I owe a great deal of thanks to the Fae clan, but even so, I never imagined that Elise Dunham was actually Misty Fae. I've committed a terrible sin.
A terrible trick of fate. I believe you're looking for a twist of fate, Your Honor.
I intended to return to the inner temple after taking care of the body, but
You were spotted by the head nun, correct?
yes, and that's why I couldn't go back.
Your story makes sense, I suppose. Mr. Wright, go ahead with your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Okay. So there's gotta be something up with her testimony to show that she couldn't have taken it over. But that is exactly what happened. How can I disprove that? So you waited until everything was over before making a move?
No, it's not like that.
Objection!
Or so you say.
She's also been murdered right in front of her eyes. It's not surprising that she was a little timid. Yes, I suppose that's true. Sometimes when I'm watching lawyers argue back and forth with each other, I feel so helpless that I just sit quietly and wait for them to reach a conclusion.
Isn't your job as the judge to mediate the argument?
It wasn't until Mystic Maya saw me that it finally dawned on her what she had done.
Okay. It does make sense. So you needed to protect her. Okay. So then, you knew? You knew the significance of the name Maya Fey?
Yes, of course I did.
That's odd. I mean, Sister Bikini didn't recognize Maya's name, let alone her position.
Anyway, she was a very special person indeed.
That is weird. So, okay. Why did you do that?
Because I didn't want Mystic Maya to be suspected in any way. I thought the best thing would be to remove the body from the crime scene.
You moved her body all by yourself.
Yes, I did. It would have been impossible if it wasn't for the snow.
The snow, huh? Okay.
I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge.
There should have been snow across the whole path then, maybe. Pretty amazing you could make it all the way across. That's a rickety old bridge.
It looks worse than it is. It's surprisingly sturdy despite its age.
It's like they say, idiots are too stupid to catch even a simple cold.
There's one other thing that bothers me. Why not just throw the body into the Eagle River? It would have been much easier than dragging it all the way to Hoscore Temple.
I thought that it would still cast too much suspicion on Mystic Maya. That's why I tried to take the body as far away as possible.
Huh, makes perfect sense to me, for the time being. Anyway, what did you do after you crossed the bridge?
Okay. I used the snowmobile to carry it back. Okay. You brought it up beforehand. The snowmobile? I knew that would show up sooner or later.
Yes, I had the key. I used the snowmobile to travel from Hoscore Temple to Dusky Bridge.
This is the part that was in question the other day. Should I ask for more details? Okay. If you really did move her body by snowmobile, then there should be tracks left in the snow, right?
Well, yes, naturally you would expect tracks.
The Spindler was presented at yesterday's trial. Are these the tracks from that ride?
Yes, I think they are.
But I can only see one set of tracks here.
I don't see what's so strange about that. Snow was still falling when I left Hoscore Temple.
I see, snow is still falling, huh?
And then when the murder took place, it had already stopped.
Huh.
That's why there are such fresh-looking tracks.
How about Mr. Wright? What do you think about this testimony?
Interesting. When the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. That doesn't make sense if you stack it up against the other evidence. So, Your Honor, I like the statement Iris just made added to the testimony.
But what? Does it have something to do with the case?
All will be made clear if you allow her statement to be added to the record.
Huh. This should be fun.
See, it's like he actually expects me to do this right.
Let's get this snow business cleared up, shall we?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
By the time the murder took place, snow had already stopped.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. There have been a lot of contradictions in your testimony so far. This time, are you sure it's all true?
Yes, I am.
When the murder happened, the snow had already stopped. According to you, that's why the snowmobile tracks were so clear.
That's right. I'm certain of it.
I think I trapped her this time.
I see how you think. Snow, huh? What's going on here?
The snow really had stopped by the time of the murder. I mean, there's a bigger hole in her story than that movie, The Grid Revelations. What?
Huh. Well then, Mr. Trite, perhaps you'd like to share your theory with us. Let's see what's up your sleeve, or rather at the end of your index finger.
I'm trying to remember what movie... Was that supposed to be a... I don't remember. I don't want to believe it, but I don't think my logic is failing me. I was just trying to pin the murder on Maya. But why would she want to do that? There's only one reason I can think of. That she's the actual murderer? Okay. Okay, all the way... The wound looked okay. I mean... Do I go to the weather report here? Try to think. Maybe?
Objection!
Damn it! Thought too far ahead. Son of a bitch. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence.
It does? I don't see anything contradictory.
Huh? Really?
Objection denied. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright.
Son of a bitch. Whoops! That didn't go so well. Okay, so it's this statement here. By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. What disproves that? Not the map. That doesn't prove anything. Could it be this?
Objection!
Damn it! I was hopeful. The evidence clearly reveals contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. I'm saying the evidence of the statement just not related. They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations. I don't think that won me any points to the judge. Oh, man. This trial's really long. I can't afford to make so many stupid mistakes. Is there anything I have that can prove that the snow stopped? That the snow was still going when the murder happened? It doesn't mention anything about the fact it was half covered in snow at the time. And while that doesn't show anything, it fell 10 feet after death. That doesn't help. That doesn't help either. None of these help. And the stone lantern. Okay. That wasn't... The snow had already stopped. It's not the weather data, so maybe...
Objection!
Son of a bitch! Looks like I got the time warp. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Huh? Really? Objection denied. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright. That didn't go so well. Whoopsies. It has to be the statement. I can't think of anything else that it could be. I mean...
Objection!
You know what, I'm just gonna kill myself. I can't do this anymore! What is the statement claiming faulty, Your Honor? I'm sorry, but I can say nothing faulty! Unfortunately, I will have to penalize you, Mr. Wright! Son of a bitch! I must be on the wrong track. Well, looks like I already had myself killed. I thought I had a feeling what that it could be. Looks like I was wrong. But you know what? I'm just gonna gamble.
Objection!
Fuck! Maybe I have to present something else. Or dig somewhere else. The witness's statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Unfortunately, I will have to penalize you, Mr. Wright. And that's the end. Alright, I'm gonna end this episode. Fuck it. That's enough! This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. This court finds the defendant, Iris of High Score Temple, guilty! I mean... The case is surrendered to the court immediately, to be held pending trial in the higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. Son of a bitch. Alright, come back next time. I'll get back to that testimony, figure out what the hell I'm doing wrong. God damn it.